10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hell, the Knights of the Gimmick table, where we spit the truth at the infamous round table and your feelings get left at the door. I am Boogaloo, that is LowRyda, and the handsome guy there is Kaide. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Lothbrok.
Yes, sir. Artist formerly known as Stockade.
Yes, the artist.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys? Another day here in paradise, right? I think I'm gonna turn this fan off because I'm hearing that shit loud as hell through my headphones.
What are we drinking this week, brother? What do you got? What crazy concoction?
I'm drinking on some Prison Pals Jungle.
Where are you getting all this crazy shit from?
Man, I just go. This is like the place by my house that it's like a local beer spot. It's like a little Haji store actually, and they get all these exclusive beers.
Nice.
And the Haji comment might get us canceled, but it is what it is. But
it's about time. It's about time. It's a long time.
Yeah, right, for real. But yeah, like these dudes, they get a lot of stuff, and if not, I'll normally hit like a local brewery and pick up some stuff.
I tried finding that Ecto cooler last week. I couldn't find it anywhere, so you might have to mail me some up, man. That stuff looks. I definitely want to try it.
I'll check and see if they still have it. I bought that a couple weeks ago. I only bought one can of it. If I would have bought a 4-pack, I would have.
Yeah, I asked like 2 beer distributors. They're like, they didn't even heard of it. They had to like Google it to look it up. They're like,
you probably ain't gonna find it at a distributor. To be honest with you.
You know what it is, man. None of the liquor stores up here sell beer, besides like the common
your boy
stuff.
Tackleberry was working at his spot.
Yeah, I should hit him up and find out.
Yeah, hit him up because
we'll get him on here. We'll have beer discussion with Tackleberry.
Hey, you know what? I'd be all in on that one. Pierce will be like, "What the fuck? You guys ain't talking about wrestling."
Yeah.
What's up, Pierce?
Speak of the devil.
Yeah. But hey, let's pay these bills and then let's get to our guests, guys.
Let's do it, man.
All right. Where we're at. If I can find it. All right. HellVape.com. HellVape sells healthy vaping alternatives. All their products are nicotine free, and they have no harmful or addictive chemicals. So make sure you pick up some of their vape and pod products using our code MWAPOD for that 10% discount.
You taking this one,
You're muted, Louis.
All right, I'm gonna jump on in.
All
right, so sleeves offer great quality products from arm sleeves, knee sleeves, headbands, tights, joggers, socks, and even dirty boxers. That Louis right now was adjusting. That's why he was on mute. He was adjusting those dirty boxers.
Yeah.
But if you or someone in your life is an athlete, then you definitely need to check out Sleeves. So head over to sleeves.com and don't forget to use that promo code MWAPOD. Get the 10% discount.
Oh shit! Where we at? My bad. I clicked off the thing. All right. You know what? I was thinking that was my fucking fan. Those are your crickets that I'm hearing.
The joys of doing it from your reptile room.
It's feeding time.
I'm like, yeah.
I fed everyone yesterday, so there's probably 1 or 2 that's escaped. So.
You ever? It's just, sometimes I look up and I see them on the wall, like climbing up the wall. The cricket.
No, there's been I get all these things on racks, so like one will fall out or jump out of the tank, and then they'll get right under that rack, and it's game on. But
I catch them like on the wall. Oh, for some reason, why do they always wind up in our bathroom?
it's the humidity.
They always like I'll go in the bathroom and they're just chilling in the
It's the
bathtub or
humidity,
something.
man. It's humid and shit. I don't know, but yeah, it's what you're hearing. If I could silence them, I would, but they don't want to eat them all.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, why don't we get to our guests, guys?
Without
Let's
further
do it.
ado,
All right. So we got our dude from the doghouse, King Jeter, formerly known as Lucifer Darkside.
Hello, sir.
What's up, brother?
Lucifer Darkside.
Yeah, man.
that was you, right?
Oh shit! Can you hear us?
I couldn't hear you for a second over the thunder. Repeat that.
I said that was
Oh,
you, Lucifer Dark. So I was rating over there.
Oh,
check
man,
the-
you may have to throw have to throw them headphones
it
on,
used
brother.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So while he puts on his headphones, we're gonna see that comment that Piers made. That of course, Piers drinks White Claw.
Yeah,
Of course he does.
He's a White Claw outlaw.
Yeah, fuck
You
yeah.
can hear us?
Unbelievable. Can you hear us, man?
I think he's making his adjustments to his settings.
I thought he's like waving. Hey.
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
All right, cool.
It's Mercury retrograde, everybody, so you know how that rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So
Alrighty then.
you good?
All right, I'm with you.
In? All right, there we go.
So that was your original gimmick name was Darkside,
All
right?
right.
And then you became Lucifer Darkside.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you know we knew each other for so long. I started off as Darkside in the doghouse, but then there was another Darkside around at that time, or people who had names in similar veins. So I switched over to being Lucifer Darkside for a while. But currently, I think since about 2016, I've just been wrestling as King Jeter. That's my real name anyway.
Let me ask you a question. How'd you come up with the name Dark Side? You can hear me?
That distinction belongs to my late friend Danny Yams. He was the one. We actually came up with each other's wrestling names. He came up with the Dark Side thing. I came up with the Danny Yams thing because I went to school with a cat who called himself Danny Yams.
Danny Yams is awesome.
Man, rest in peace, Danny Yams, man. That was a good dude, bro.
Yeah, they're all cool.
Hell yeah, man.
All the dudes is cool. So where you originally from?
Bronx, man. Like, I'm from originally John Adams Projects. I I do projects all the way and stuff as far as like where you identify yourself from. I started off in the John Adams Projects. Coincidentally enough, I had my first match right in front of the building I used to live in. But like
Oh, no shit.
that was more like Greenhorn stuff. I don't know if any of y'all ever met remember Frankie Stars?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to forget him.
Wow.
Any of y'all remember him from Doghouse?
Yeah. I said I'm trying to forget him.
Well, I can't forget somebody who gets knocked out the first time in. Yo, dude, he got knocked out in the locker room, bro. Like I remember being a greenhorn. Yeah, I was a greenhorn, so I hear all this arguing and commotion. This is like probably the second live show I've ever been on.
Okay.
And I just turn around, I hear whop, and I look back, and Frankie Starr is laid out like a dead starfish. And I'm like, oh man, is this part of like the show? I'm a greenhorn, so I don't know what's going on. They're like, nah, that wasn't supposed to happen, man. Somebody gonna have to take his place, and you're gonna have to take the other guy's place in the previous match. I'm like, yo, I just started training. I can't go out here and, make a fool of myself on a block I live on. They was like, yeah, you are. They pushed me through that curtain. So that's
Who knocked
how I
him
had
out?
my first match.
Who knocked him out?
I think Warpath. Remember Herman?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh shit. I think Warpath lives out here in Orlando.
Get out of here, yo! I haven't. He's another one I haven't seen in a lot of
Yeah,
years.
he's in
but
Orlando.
like literally with the story, you can tell I've known Herman since literally my first day.
Yeah, he's a
That's
good dude.
awesome.
Warpath's
So
a
how'd
good dude.
you end up getting started? You at
Mm-mm-mm.
the house?
You said how I ended up at the doghouse?
Oh, how'd you get started?
Yeah.
How'd you
Well,
get started?
is that where you started out? Was that the doghouse?
Actually, doghouse was place number 2. I was
Okay.
I like most of the guys from doghouse. I came from APR initially. That was the whole Arena Puerto Rico thing with
Oh, okay. All right.
Pedro, and I forgot the other guy's name, but that was Pedro Jim in Brooklyn. Yeah,
I never heard of
everybody
that. I
just
never heard
referred
of
to it
that.
as Pedro's and
Yeah,
stuff. But
that's where Homicide and all of them were trained originally.
you never heard of Pedro's?
Okay. No. The only places I know in the city, man, was Johnny's
Yeah.
and the Doghouse.
Yeah, so it was Johnny's and Pedro's were the only ones. In the
I didn't
beginning.
know that.
Originally.
Yeah, it was only Johnny and Pedro's going on.
Johnny's.
Okay.
I mean, Doghouse came second. Doghouse was once a lot of those guys who came out of Pedro had their own, but initially all those guys that started in Pedro's, it was like Myrtle Avenue on the J train. I just remember a lot of nights coming back from there at first. Then I think like after a couple of months, like everybody who had any talent had left for the Doghouse. So I went with everybody who had the talent, and that's where I ended up meeting Lathon and Homicide and all of them guys.
Okay.
So, were you in that group with Devious and Cash and Chaos and all of them?
I like the term associated with them more than actually in the group with them and stuff, because me and Darren ain't been on good terms for like a number of years, but
Oh wow.
we were definitely like associated with each other during that time period.
Yeah, because you guys were tag team partners. But like I'll be honest with you, Darren trained a lot of those guys, and Darren's a hell of a trainer, man. That's why I was wondering, were you one of the guys he helped break in too?
Nah, like I met Darren. Darren was in the first match that I ever wrestled. He was one of the other combatants in it. But he had his own crew with him, which was Cash and Chaos and those guys. Take nothing away from him. I love Cash and Chaos and stuff, but I wasn't like really part of their group like that because I wasn't trained by Darren like that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just always associated you with him because I knew you guys teamed together. So I knew, like, I remember coming to the Doghouse like before, like during the daytime, and you guys would have them shows during the day. Remember? And that's how I first saw you guys. And I'm like,
Of course.
man, I was like, these guys are fucking great. All these kids, like you, Techno, what was it, Wick Check, those guys like that.
Weirdest names.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wick Check, Groovy, all those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Techno,
great. Yeah.
Techno went to the military last I heard.
Get out.
Oh no shit.
That was big lightning and thunder right there.
Hey, you want to hear a story, man? So one day we all go. I guess we went to Village, right? And fucking, we all walking. Techno's with us. You know how he always had his knife on him. Jackass had it outside of his pants. He walked right by the cops. The cops floored him and arrested his ass.
That's Techno for you. He definitely that started because of his tag partner, A Fato. That's why he started carrying the knife around with him.
Oh, why was that? What was the problem with
they got into a fist fight over a girl because the problem was his tag partner fell in love with him. That's what the problem was.
What?
Like, we're not talking no kayfabe stuff either. He fell in love with him, and Techno wasn't into that type of stuff. So that's why he popped on him. They started fighting in the park. And ever since that day, he was like, yo, he ripped my coat and everything. Yo, I keep my knife for me, yo. I'm like, yo, Tech, that's your tag partner. You still doing business with the guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy shit, man.
That's funny as hell.
So you started out at
that's why you started carrying that knife.
That's crazy though.
That's
man.
So go ahead, tell us about your start, how you got started.
Yeah, so you started at Arena Puerto Rico, and how many shows, how much work did you do there before you jumped and went to the Doghouse?
I probably did like 2 or 3 practice shows there. I wasn't there for a long time. I started at the end of July, and before October came in, I was already in the doghouse. Because
Okay.
Pedro didn't really train nobody. It was his facility. You were just pretty much paying to use it. Whereas, the very first time I went to Doghouse, it was very hands-on, like Lathon and Homicide, Louis, and all those guys. They got in the ring and they showed you. I can even count a number of times that both Lou and LowRyda, we've all been in the ring together. They were either showing me something or we were all there learning together.
Yeah,
it was a different dynamic than Pedro's, so eventually I just moved on from Pedro's, and Doghouse was a good fit for me.
Yeah.
How long were you at the doghouse for?
Till it closed.
Till it closed? All right.
Yeah, he was there till it closed.
I was, till it closed.
To the very end.
2000 to closing, which is about like summer 2021 or 22.
What's up, Pops?
There he goes.
Yeah, man. That was some
You
good
said
times,
2002.
man.
2002, not 22.
I was gonna say, man, they were open that long. Goddamn.
I was like, shit. Nah, yeah, it was 2002.
Oh, my fault. I said 2022. Yeah, 2002. I couldn't even remember when the last show was because I remember I think the last show. Scratch that. I do remember the last show was in June of 2002 because remember that's where they broke the gumball machine and everything, and D threw his boots on top of the gym.
Yeah, and then that was when then after the show, everybody started breaking down all the equipment so they could leave.
Yep.
They had to get everything out of the building.
That was like June 28th. That was like June 28th or something of that year. Because I had a show the other day, remember? So I didn't come to that show. But I had heard about it from everybody. I was like, yo, man, they tore the gym apart. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And then freaking Striker took the Gimmick cable box.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
And the Nintendo 64.
Striker took the
They
64?
already said Striker took the Nintendo 64.
No, he took the
Yeah. They say he took the 64 in Virtual Pro.
Nah.
Oh,
I remember him taking the cable box. He took the cable box. And he gave it back.
Yeah, I remember somebody said who took the cable box, and Striker was like, I got it. I remember that, but I don't even know about the 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like, they even took my Nintendo 64, and I just started laughing.
Nah, he started in the 64.
I gave mine to Vince Steele.
Oh, jeez.
I still got mine, man. That's the only shit I won't get rid of is my 64.
All the good wrestling games was on.
For me, it's the Dreamcast. I still got Giant Graham and stuff. I used to beat Lathon and Homicide in that 100 times.
All right.
Yeah, I remember Negro hooked me up with the emulator gimmick so I could play the Japanese games on the 64. So that's why I won't get rid of that 64. I still got it.
There you go, man.
So tell me, when you got to the doghouse, who put you and Devious together to make a tag team?
That, believe it or not, was Devious's idea. Because remember, they had that sports entertainment explosion little thing that they was doing that we was doing in the afternoon.
That's
So as usual, they asked me, yo, you want to? They asked me if I wanted to team with Darren or work against him, and I never thought me and Darren could carry a good feud, so I chose to team with him.
Okay.
All
right.
Shit, y'all were a good team though, man. Yeah, the shit that both of y'all were able to do, and then especially working with dudes like Cash and Chaos and those guys, man. You guys were monsters next to them. but the fact that that both of y'all can move so good in the ring, it was like, man, that was a whole different ball game. Two big dudes that can move like that.
I always thought you and Cannibal would have been a good team too.
Yeah,
because Cannibal was good.
Cannibal was my preferred partner, but Cannibal he got locked up coming toward the end of our run. That's what had happened. We stopped teaming probably about a year after Doghouse closed and stuff. I mean, we even had matching gear and everything. We teamed up the whole summer, and I think by like November that year, he sold me his wrestling boots, and shortly after, he went to jail for a little while.
What did you go to jail for?
Oh fuck.
That I don't know.
Shit, how long was he in for?
But I still talk to him.
Oh, no shit.
I think 5, but I could be wrong.
Oh,
He did like a little bit. Put it this way. He's ripped now. He's in great
yeah, so he's
shape.
all skinny. Yeah,
Like that's how long he went in. Like
so
he
was
became a
skinny and
model, which was a
and he-
shocker for 500 pounds.
Yeah, I saw he's got all skinny and he was doing like he was rapping or doing like reggaeton or something like that.
Yeah, the reggaeton album. I think he's still working on it, man. It was pretty good. Like I don't know. It's still weird to me because this is a guy who was 500 pounds and to see him now 240 and ripped. I'm like,
Wow,
that's
good for
crazy.
him.
Yeah. He was big kid, man. And he was young too, because he was like, what was he, like 16 in the doghouse?
He was 14.
Oh, 14.
Yeah,
14, bro. He was 14 in the doghouse.
Yeah,
he's a big kid.
Big kid, man.
6'6" too.
Damn.
He was
6'6",
still growing.
500 pounds, 14 years old.
Yeah.
No, we got a
Wow.
net.
He stopped growing, but I'm like,
And,
you got your full adult height, bro.
shit.
How you doing, Annette? Good to see you. Hope all is well.
Damn, man. Yeah. Hey, before when you later on, I gotta get out, see if you can slide me his information. I like to talk to him.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, how long was your run with Devious as partners? How long did you guys team for?
We ran together until September 2017, but it was kind of off and on. I would say from 2011, we ended up re-teaming up again at a tryout for Urban Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
And then from there, we teamed up into 2017. But, you know, Darren ruined that. You know, he wanted to beat up the kid with cerebral palsy.
What was that story?
Yeah, tell us that story.
What?
Well, this is my part of the story because the other part has been told on the Stone Cold podcast. So we go to wrestle for PWS, and we're gonna win the tag belts from the Handicap Heroes. One guy is Zach Gowen, so he has one leg, and the other one is Gregory Iron, so he got cerebral palsy. I know. Have you heard of the infamous match where his thing busted open?
Who?
No.
No, you gotta tell us this.
All
shit.
right. So during our tag match, he goes to the top rope. This is the end spot. He's already mad because Darren had been messing up things throughout the match. The referee's messing up things. So now we go to the end spot, and Darren's supposed to crotch him on the rope. Darren grabs his leg like an ogre. This kid only has one good arm. He's not able to protect himself on the way down and lands legitimately love pistol first on the metal of the top rope. So, you know, match is over. I'm paying it no mind. And we get to the back, and he's like, everybody, get out the locker room right now. I'm bleeding from my thing. And like, what? And me and MVP look back, and his whole Gregory Irons, the kid with the cerebral palsy with the messed up arm.
Okay.
So he's bleeding from the waist down to his knee pads. It's completely cherried up. We was like, holy cow, man. Like, he really busted his whole thing open all over the metal piece that connects the rope to the turnbuckle. Darren had really crotched him, but on the metal. So I knew this wasn't going to end well. Get out of here.
Yeah, but I ain't bleeding.
Was
like
it that bad? Was you bleeding all over the place?
Nah, I ended up pissing blood. But that was it. But I was like, fuck, man, if my junk was
control
bleeding
it,
like that,
bro.
I would have been I would have been crying.
He was just laying on the floor, bleeding out, man. Looked like a gunshot wound victim. There's a picture of me and MVP. And if you look, like both of us are trying real hard to look forward because he's right on the floor in front of us, bleeding out his joint.
Oh, shit.
So shortly after that match, Darren decided, because, you know, the kid told his side of the story, and he's like, I'm going to be a real N-word to him when I see him. I said, so now you going to beat up the kid with cerebral palsy? I can't do business with you no more, man.
So that was the falling out?
That was officially the end of our tag team.
Yo, that is crazy.
That's funny.
Wow. I didn't even know that there was a dude with cerebral palsy that was a worker.
Yeah, dude, he's all over the indies, man.
So who's
Some people
he's busy.
What's PWS, Pro Wrestling Syndicate?
Yeah. Well, it used to be. They went out of business.
Who ran that
2012. Eric Tapout.
Oh,
This guy named Eric Tapout, but then later on, he sold half the company to Pat Buck, and they finessed him out the rest of the company.
Yeah, Eric Ninehouse, that fucking idiot.
Yeah, I remember that jackass. Yeah, man.
Wow. Fuck.
That's pretty funny. All right, so then what from there, where did you
What's up? How you doing?
Where'd you wind up going after that from there? From leaving
What after PWS or after Doghouse?
After
the Doghouse.
After Doghouse, After the Doghouse.
After Doghouse, I ended up like the first year, it was like hard for all of us because we were still greenhorns. And like ain't none of us really had no connection with nobody. But I floated around for a little bit and eventually found myself at USA Pro like everybody else. It's like, wow, back to the Doghouse reunion, everybody's here already.
Yeah.
After BWF and BWO and all of those things, it was just kind of like everybody kind of like worked in the same circle a little bit, but I kind of was like somewhere near. Like right now, I'm in Catalyst Wrestling, and it's like back to the Doghouse reunion. It's me, Ghost Shadow, J Train, Mac, Homicide. So it's like, it's just like back in the old days. We're all kind of riding together a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's always dope.
Who runs Catalyst?
Yeah. A guy named Ash Samuels, and it's another guy. His name slips my mind at the moment. And it's crazy. I met Ash at PWS. He was the PWS music guy during that time period. When I first went there, he was like, yo, I know you. And I'm like, I don't know if you know me. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, yeah, he do know me. He's in the picture with me and Teddy Hart.
Yeah, he was with Teddy Hart and Deranged when he was part of that Teddy Hart Deranged thing when they went to Canada and shit like that, and then Deranged got left in Canada.
Yep. He was part of that clique back in the day. Yo, I always heard about that. Like, Teddy offered me to come to Canada once, and that sat in my head. I was like, yo, man, last time my boy came up here, that was a travesty.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Deranged tried to bang his girl.
Oh, I think he did bang his girl.
Yeah, or he did bang Teddy's girl or something.
Which one? Which girl was this? The one that's
this was a long
somewhere.
This was a long
no.
You know about that?
Yo, that's a whole.
Who doesn't know about that, dude?
That actually came up at my job, my old job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, because that was all down in Florida when that shit went down, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that came up in my old job. Like they were asking questions.
Oh.
Yeah. So he supposedly banged his girlfriend, and then I guess Teddy Hart was funding everything, and then Teddy Hart just threw him out. So he had to try to get home. He contacted you for money, Chon, for that one?
He hit Guapo up.
He hit Guapo up.
He hit me up when he was stuck in
Texas
one time, and then another time in Tampa.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people need to grow up, you know.
A broke neighbor can't help you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I'm broke, I can't help you out, man.
So you were doing USA Pro. Where else did you work, or was it mainly just USA Pro for a while?
After USA Pro, I bounced around for a while. Like most of the New York guys at that point, I think Ace was like the hot ticket for that time period. Because after, I'd say about 2005, there was nothing in Jersey, no JAP, no none of that, and everybody went to Mike Morgan's for a while. And then I would say about 2007, that's when Jersey started to open up again. So everybody kind of made the rounds and stuff. By 2012, I was with Dapper and PWS, but doing the NWS thing, and that's how I ended up having a match with Gold Dust.
Okay.
Okay.
Dapper was the one that
From there,
he
it was
ran
just
like
bouncing
every
to
week,
whoever had the
right?
best.
Dapper ran like every week almost,
He
right?
ran
was
a
doing,
lot,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Who's that? Dapper Dan?
He took August off. He would take August off, but he would still run like almost 50 shows a year.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, he
He
was the
drove
one
it?
that did that documentary, right? There was some documentary with him involved in it on TV.
Yep. Card sub.
Card subject
There's
to
two of
change.
them.
Yep.
One is
Yeah,
Card
yeah.
Subject to Change. That's the famous one that's on Netflix. And there's another one called Slammed Inside Indie Wrestling. You can find Slammed on YouTube. You actually see me as a 500-pounder on there because I'm replacing one of the Nigerian Nightmares. I teamed with them for a little while too.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. I gotta talk to you about that one. Hey, but he was running shows every week. Was he drawing? How did he draw if he was running shows every week? I'm just curious. Did he draw a decent crowd?
Yeah. Some shows he didn't draw that much, but also he's very old school at that time. Social media wasn't what it is. So
Yeah.
Dapper would literally take the show on the road. He would have nights that we would have a great show, and he'd be like, "Yo, we're gonna do the same show 10 towns over. Ain't nobody seen any of it. We can run it exactly the same." And we would
That's
sometimes, and it was dope. Also, he had a tendency to get guys at the time that no one else got. Like I think Dapper got Kurt Angle's first indie appearance because I was on that show and we outdrew New Japan that night.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
That's
So
awesome.
New Japan came to Jersey that night, but it was Kurt Angle's first appearance, so you know.
Yeah. So you replaced one of the Nigerian Nightmares. Were you in the locker room when Pat Buck beat up one of the Nigerian Nightmares?
Nah, that was before I got there, which leads me to another story. I always get caught up in beefs that don't even involve me. I'm like, yo, I came there. I had no clue they had a fist fight before. And I was like, yo, why this dude acting funny? Don't worry about it, blood. That's just how he act. And I'm like, okay. Like a year later, they told me they had a fist fight, bro, over some baby powder.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you serious?
Over
I did
That's
hear
what the
about
heat is between them?
Yeah.
I heard this story. I don't remember it, but I do recall it. I just don't remember the details of it.
He tried Pat Buck, right? That's what happened.
It was
don't
over
know.
baby powder.
Yeah.
Did it get spilt on someone's bag or some shit? Was that it? Wasn't right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's so long ago. That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Hey, so that's fucking great. But tell us about your match with Goldust, dude.
I always say, man, I don't like surprises. And that was one of those situations where I was like, all right, I like the surprise, but I don't like surprises. We were driving there, and I forgot the guy's name, but he was working a Mortis gimmick, and he was getting a lot of heat online because of it. So he was like, yo, I'm backing out this match. I'm not going to play Mortis no more and stuff because I'm getting so much heat from it. So we're driving to the show, and they're like, yo, we got a surprise for you. I was like, a surprise? I don't like surprises. And then they all start laughing. I get there. I'm like, all right, what kind of silly stuff y'all going to do tonight? And they're like, you're wrestling Goldust. I said, okay, who's playing Goldust then? And if you ever worked for Dapper, you know he was not above getting a fake Goldust or fake doink of somebody. That was his shtick.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, it's really Dustin coming. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah. And I go in the locker room and I'm changing and stuff. And I'm paying it no mind until Dustin comes walking in the room. Hi, I'm Dustin. We're working tonight. I'm like, oh, he wasn't joking. So now I got to try to get my nerves right because before I thought it was a joke up until this point.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. The Indies were infamous, right, for having fake doinks, fake Patriots, fake
fake Vader. There's a fake Vader.
Dude, the prime example is
Big Slam Vader.
the prime example is the Nigerian Nightmares. They don't tell you it was 9 of us. We were mad interchangeable. They would change different members. Aaron used to just tell me, blood, don't get too close to anybody where they can tell you not Chucky.
Oh shit.
They was big on that.
There was a couple cats like that, right? And then there was even a fake N-word taker.
Yeah.
Remember the N-word taker came out of nowhere too.
That was that was the real one. He was the first one to have that name. Now they got another guy who got that name. I was like, what you doing with that dead wrestler's name, bro? That was
that's what
started
I'm saying.
here.
The
He later on became
The Imposters in Detroit.
the imposter's like from the Midwest, right?
There's another one?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Somebody sent me the link.
The worst is that he went to a school with that name for little kids.
Wait, he actually calls himself.
To me, he worse than the original because he got the Phantom of the Opera mask.
He got the Undertaker mask gimmick. That
I have to. I'm gonna YouTube this shit. That's amazing. Because the original wasn't called that, right? He was Angela Volk, the voice. But all the boys coined the nickname, right?
Yeah.
But this dude actually calls himself it though. That's his gimmick name.
Yeah. The original was called.
Wow, you can't make
the
this
original
shit up,
one was his wrestling name was Angela Valken by the end.
Yes, yeah.
He was the voice. He was the N-word taker. He was the Angela Valken. Yeah.
You ever see that match with him and Rockshaw?
Man.
Yo, I was on that show.
Of course you were.
Of course, everyone seen that match.
I caught that stunner. So that show was the main event of the main event. It went on right after.
Did you catch a stunner?
Yes, I did. So
of course,
Rockshaw's beating up. He choke slams Flex. Rockshaw choke slams Flex, and then I come running right, and I have my chancla in my hand, and I'm gonna go hit him with my chancla right. And as I'm about to hit him with the chancla, he turns around, he hits me, bam! It gives me a stunner. he stunned B-boy. He stunned everybody.
Jesus.
You know who wasn't impressed with that though?
Yeah.
Loki.
Loki
was there.
Yeah,
he was pissed off.
And he didn't say a word about it.
No, he was pissed. He
didn't get in their face like you're embarrassing.
Everybody got involved in Monster Mac. If you name them, everybody got involved in that match because it was
except Loki.
Motherfuckers were getting choke slammed, fucking stunnered. I got everybody.
People in the crowd were getting beat up.
That's amazing.
The referee, the best is that.
Yeah, I was about to say even
the referee.
Remember, I think it was like Alicia who got in there and got stunned.
Yeah, everybody. That shit was great.
Where is Rockshaw? Is he still around?
He's upstate.
Why hasn't he done the show?
Connected, right? He did.
Man, come on.
Oh,
really? He was on Halloween.
We did a special Halloween.
I'm sorry, I didn't. All right, never mind. Fuck, we gotta get him back next Halloween.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get him back. I gotta get him and Jimmy Jack Cash.
Oh Jesus,
my dudes.
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you something, King Jeter. So tell us about the King Jeter name.
Sure.
Tell us about that.
That it's my real name. I just after a while I decided to wrestle under my real name. A lot of people said it sounded like a kayfabe name from the joke or from the jump. So I was like, I always thought about it. Maybe I'd use it, but then one day at a training session, I would say this is like 2013 or 14. Me and Homicide is training, and he's like, "Dude, if my name was King Jeter, I'd be using that instead of any of these other names." And that kind of solidified that I was like, D's the sensei. So if he said it's a good pick, use your real name. Plus, no one could copyright it.
Right. And also, are you related to DJ?
Yeah, that's my cousin. For what it's worth. Not that I really know him, like we really close or tight like that. We got a big slave running family, but Derek Jeter is my cousin. As well as Gary Jeter. Derek gets all the fame because he's the latest one. But he's not the only famous athlete in my family.
Who's Gary Jeter?
Gary played for the New York Giants. They traded him the season right before they won the Super Bowl. He also mentored LT for a while. Like if you check Gary Jeter on YouTube, you'll see a video. He was like, I taught LT everything he knew. He played that position before LT took it over and won the Super Bowl the following year.
Sweet. Hey, you lost visual.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, is anybody else's screen frozen?
There you go. Oh,
yeah, you're gone.
We can hear you.
Yeah, you're fine.
Y'all can see me. I can. I can't see y'all. My screen is actually locked. I've been looking at my screen. I'm digging in my nose for like the past 20 minutes on my screen.
Oh man.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
follow us on Twitter and Instagram at MWA World. Subscribe to us on all podcast platforms and YouTube at MWA Podcast Network.
So my man, you caught some traction. I want to say a few years back, like everybody was talking about it, like even people at my job, they're like, "Yo, you saw this motherfucker right here?"
Yeah, I was getting
And
tagged
then,
in all the videos.
yeah,
and
everybody was
everything.
tagging us, and then I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And then when I look at the video, it's this big boy doing the moonsault off the top rope. I go, "Yeah, I know that dude. I know that dude. That's my boy." So tell us about that. How that wound up going viral like that?
Believe it or not, I still totally don't know. Like, I'm sitting down watching LeBron James do what he do, and then my phone just starts banging off. And I'm somebody who like, my brother's been shot, so usually I'm used to like my phone ringing off like that. It's some bad news. I'm like, why that phone keep ringing off? I get down there and I'm like, that looks like me in that video. Oh well, it ain't me, clearly. I threw the phone to the side and kept watching basketball. It banged off, and then I was like, this isn't real. Like this, I kept thinking in my head the whole time, this is some kind of rib, something's gonna happen with it's gonna show. But no, it actually, people were starting to resonate with it, and I was just shocked. I was actually somewhat blackballed at that point. And
Oh, really?
the viral video, it resurged my career. Going back to what I said earlier about getting blamed for stuff that I had nothing to do.
So how do what blackballed you?
Yeah, what blackballed you?
What'd you get blamed for?
It was a situation with Warriors of Wrestling. I was there in 2011.
This is what
That's
I wanted to
right,
bring this
that's
up. Actually,
right.
Yeah,
I did hear about this.
Go ahead. Talk about it, please. This is one of the questions.
I always say this when it comes down to that. I don't know who burnt homie Jim, and I don't care. It didn't involve me. But Joey used it as an excuse to slander my reputation because just previous to that, he had a lot of heat with me working for Dapper. He's one of them type of promoters where if you work for him, you can't work anywhere else. And mind you, too, I don't have to lie. I can be real about how much we were making there. We were making $15 a show. So clearly I'm not happy with the payday. So I'm not making nothing. You're not letting me work nobody. So at least let me go off and find some success somewhere else. I wasn't even trashing the company or nothing. Like, I'm not about that in my life anymore. I just want to wrestle. So I leave. And then a few weeks later, I'm on his podcast being called all types of N-words. And Spanish people have definitely been being called the S-word by him the whole run. So I was like, unlike all these guys, I got a little bit of talent. I don't need the booking that bad, bro. I won't come back. I was doing good with Dapper. And like I said, I was months away from having a Gold Dust match anyway. I knew where I was going and I knew what was going on, so I left. Somebody burnt this gym down. Next thing I know, I got the blame for that. No one cared that they even hear my side of the story. No, we think you really did it. I'm like, all right, whatever. That ain't going to have no traction to it. But surprisingly, it did with people. So I had to endure my career being slandered for a little while. But the viral video, it reinvigorated people's, like, their want to see me wrestle again. And it ended up re-sparking my career.
Wow. So somebody burnt his gym down and he slanders your name. I'll be honest with you, dude. I came up with Joey. Me and Joey started.
It was a convenient.
I came up with Joey. Me and Joey started at the same time, in the same week.
Get out of here.
Yeah, me and Joey started together. Me, Joey, and Red Young. It's the same week. At Gleason's.
I haven't heard that name Red Young in a while either.
It was the three of us. We started together, and Joey always thought he was better than what he was. I mean, but Joey was a good worker. He was decent.
I heard all of the
what do you want it to be
stuff and
I
heard people. I heard like there was like some kind of, what was it, like? I guess it was he messaged you and called you, like he was even messaging you and calling you shit, right? Or he was talking to somebody else about you.
Yeah, well, it
calling
wasn't
you-
messaging
calling
me. He
you-
wrote it on his. He wrote it on Twitter. He wrote it on his Twitter. F that N-word dark side. And
Wow.
then he would start calling me N-word side on Twitter, all over Twitter for a while.
So how come he wasn't
That's why I
canceled?
tell people I don't put any stock in no cancel culture. See what I'm saying? Exactly. Ain't nobody canceling Joey, man. They want to get booked. It's
Get that
easy to see that
$15.
people value the one guy who was calling the S word took a picture with him right after it. Say, yo, they need them bookings. Not everybody, you gotta think about it, not everybody's talented, so not everybody can command a booking. A lot of guys will put up with his nonsense as long as they can get a booking out of it.
Yeah, fuck that. Not for no $15 fucking dollars, bro. I don't need the booking that bad.
You know what's funny? He talked shit about Johnny, but Johnny paid us better than that.
That's what I said, yo. It's like I don't need it that bad, bro.
Unbelievable.
That's great. Yeah, I've never heard a really good thing about him from anyone. So
He's still running?
yeah, he runs. He runs probably monthly. I think he still has a school too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he still got a school, but it ain't the one that he started with, according to what he said.
So let me ask you a question. So you got blamed in that, but did the cops come talk to you and all that bullshit over that?
Nope. And that's another reason I told people that you knew it was fake and it was a work. He had ulterior motives. Because that's a crime, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That is a crime.
yo, arson carries a 10-year sentence. If he would have pressed charges, if I really did it, he would have pressed charges, I would have just been coming home around the time of the lockdown. If you hate somebody that much, why wouldn't you press charges? He never did any of that because I didn't do it. He knows good and well I didn't do it. It was just a manner to stop me from going where I was going in the business. And a lot of people accepted it without giving it a second thought.
So nobody got charged with that fire.
Well, I heard that people
Nope.
that there was a lot of speculation that it was him.
That's
Because he was behind
that's what I was
on
gonna
rent
get
and
to.
shit.
That's what I was gonna get to. Sounds like an insurance job.
I heard. I have read that.
I've heard that
people were
too,
saying
because at that time, that thing was a money hole at that time period. So I wouldn't have been shocked if that was the case too. That was my initial reaction. You sure he ain't burned that himself? Because ain't nobody was going to that gym.
That's crazy, dude. So how long did it affect you for?
Like almost 8 years. Like it affected for a
Holy
minute.
fuck.
And at one point, it was like, it was like I was only working for Lucha Libre companies. And then one day, even they pulled me to the side, like, listen, hey, wait, man, you got a problem with Joey B? I'm like, Jesus Christ, here too?
Yeah, he was doing ring rentals
it was
and
a
shit,
hard
right?
road for a couple of years.
What'd you say, Stucky?
So everybody he did ring rentals with didn't want to touch me.
He was doing ring rentals, so probably whoever he fucking worked with, because of the heat, fucking you got the shit into the stick, didn't you?
That makes sense. Hey, he can't be on the show for
Yep.
money. Right?
The same thing with people were written his promoter's license too, so it's the same thing.
Oh shit! Damn.
You know
That's
what? Though,
cold-blooded.
hey man, look, his champion turned out to be a fucking pedo. So who really went out in the end?
Who was his champion?
That fucking Rude Boy Riley cat.
Oh yeah.
He got busted, and then it was like, oh, we never knew. It's like, come on, dude.
Rude Boy Riley.
No. Joey definitely knew
not-
that. He's covering something else that happened with Rude Boy Riley, but I can't talk about it because you know that's speculatory. But
Of course,
he's covering something else that happened with Rude Boy Riley involving a female wrestler. We'll leave it at that.
Speculatory speculations.
you could say the name, just change the first letter. Fuck, dude.
The lawyer said you could walk it up to that line without it being slander. You can say, I heard.
Fucking indie drama, dude. Yeah, I remember hearing about that because I roll with Mike Morgan, and Morgan brought it up to me. He's like, yo, did you hear this shit? And I was blown away, and it didn't sound like anything. I was like, why would anyone burn down his fucking gym, like, over wrestling? So it just seemed wild.
Exactly. That's the key thing I keep telling people, like, yo, dude, it's pro wrestling. You just go to another company and apply your craft there. There's always
Like, look,
going to be
man.
people that's going to hate you. There's always going to be people that's going to love you.
If you were making a living and this dude like fucking cut your legs out and took away your fucking way to make a living, but $15, you're gonna go burn a guy's fucking dude. If you burn the building down for $15, you got more other issues to worry about than burning a fucking building down. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
I told people, I was like, yo, the only thing anybody with half a brain to do is just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I never seen that Rude Boy Riley cat. I just pulled him up. I'm like, who the fuck is Rude Boy Riley? I was thinking he was the Rude Boy from.
No, he was actually. He was actually hot for a minute, dude. He was getting like looked at and shit, and then he was fucking cruising the internet for child porn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that.
I've seen that coming a mile away.
Yeah, I mean, I barely knew the dude. Oh fuck yeah! I shared a few locker rooms with him, but I wasn't like that close with him where I even knew.
Oh, he was allowed to do other shows?
Well, I don't know. Well, he was like the warrior guy. Like that was like Joey's fucking guy.
He started off as their referee, and then after about 2 years after I left, he became, like he said, he became their guy. Like he was their go-to, and everybody who rented their ring or their promoter's license, they were all putting Rude Boy on their shows and putting them over in good spots. He even has a match somewhere where Homicide put him over. Like he was going. He was probably about a week away from getting signed to the WWE when the feds kicked that door in for
WrestleMania. Yeah. It was WrestleMania weekend. Whatever the WrestleMania Roman wrestled Taker. It was that weekend. I remember I was on the plane and I got I landed and my fucking phone was blown up about everyone was like, dude, did you hear? I was like getting ready to go to the convention.
Yeah, it says he retired March 26, 17. So
yeah,
was 17 the year that was down here?
Yeah, I think
wasn't that was the cancel year, right?
Yeah,
it had to have been because
wasn't that cancel culture year too?
It didn't happen down here. I think that was like
I know it was
that was before
Taker,
cancel culture when they canceled
I was waiting for. I know it was Taker and Reigns because Joe Gacy's then girlfriend wife, she went to the show and she was saying how crazy it was to see the show and everything and Taker's entrance. But
oh yeah, we were there. We saw Big Daddy there.
Yeah, well, that's where I ran into you guys. You guys were with D.
Yeah, the convention.
Yeah, that convention. Yeah, I did the CCW show.
Yeah, I was there. You were wearing all white.
Yeah, like a fucking idiot.
You're looking like Hell's Angel.
Yeah, well, and then I got to take a cinder block bump for fucking Pentagon. It worked out real well for me. Happy days.
Nice Pentagon.
Yeah. Happy days. But so what have you been doing lately, man? You out there killing it and staying busy? You making viral videos like Vince Steele missing fucking headbutts?
Pop says $15, 15 years.
Yo, let me tell y'all something about the Vince Steele joint. That thing got shown in Mexico, the last one when he fell off the top rope. Like that's how he got on the Washington D.C. tour with us because we just did a D.C. tour, and I was like, Vince Steele's on the tour. He's like, yeah, man, he fell off the top rope. They showed it on the news of Mexico. I was like, oh God, man. International man of blunder.
I got a good Vince Steele story, man. When we're finished, when you're all wrapped up, I'll tell one of my Vince Steele stories because I got a few of them, but this one's probably my favorite.
So what's up?
Yo,
so you say you're doing Mexico?
I was literally there first. What happened?
You say you're doing Mexico tours too?
No, it was a Mexican company, but it was in D.C. We just did their tour. It was the Cinco de Mayo tour. I think it was like the 5th and 6th over in D.C.
Okay. Yeah, because man, you know what, man? Out of all them big dudes, man, you know, you can move just like half of them cruiserweights.
Yeah, like a fucking cat.
You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome though, man. Like you were doing shit that big men weren't doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like I always give them props, him and Devious and those guys props because they could do shit as big as they were. They were doing some. They were getting, as Ghost Shadow would say, they were getting funky with their shit.
Yeah, definitely, man. Y'all can fucking work your ass off in that lucha style with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you got that stigma off of you from that WOW shit, because that would have been a shitty way to end up going out. You know, not getting booked because of some bullshit like that.
Yeah, man. Good for you for keeping on.
Man, thank you.
You ever talk
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. It was a long journey.
Yeah,
I can
you ever
imagine.
talk to Chaos about going over to China?
We talked about it a little while, but also the COVID thing messed up a lot of things. Like, I don't want to sound ignorant, but I was very much anti-vax. I'm not into it. I don't like things like that. So, but you couldn't even go over there for a while if you was unvaccinated. I like, now I'm vaccinated. I done bit the bullet. I was like, yo, dude, if an opportunity come, you really want to miss it because of your stubborn approach to the vaccine. But that was just my feelings about it. But now I'm like, it's business, man. Whatever we got to do to get the business done.
That's how I felt. I said, you know what, man? Like, for me, I'll take it, but I don't know about the kid taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Same.
at this point in time, I'm like,
yeah, I feel the same way. Like,
I'm an old ass fucking douchebag. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is for me. If I grow a third ear, an extra leg, third dick.
Sorry, man.
Give
it like 2-3 more years, man. You'll be seeing commercials. Did you get the shot in 2020? You're entitled to this, and this.
That's why I got it, because I'm trying to get paid.
Of course you are. That's the only reason why you got it.
Hey, but you could have.
My friend recently said there's 2 ways to get paid: the vaccine future, or if you got a biggie card.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you should have got with Kaide over here. He was selling the vaccination cards.
Don't say that.
I'm not fucking Dirty Ron, motherfucker. Don't look me into that
motherfucker
shit.
Canceled.
Fuck yeah, fuck you.
Dirty Ron
selling
just
fucking. Dirty Ron did it to himself. Bro.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking openly admitted like a fucking idiot.
He fucking Hiroshima'd himself.
Who did that?
Dirty Ronald McDonald.
Dirty Ronald McDonald said that he was getting Brett Lauderdale fake COVID, fake COVID proof that the guys had their shots or were COVID negative, and he went on some tirade, probably fucking all ganked up on shit, but fucking basically was like, yeah, he had me getting him fake COVID tests. I'm like, does this guy know that's a fucking felony? You can't be fucking out here saying it. Now he's canceled.
Not only that, motherfucker named names too. He named D in there and everything.
What, D had a fake COVID card?
I guess he got D a gimmick.
Allegedly. Hey, look, man. Yeah. Look, if Ian Rotten's pulling you off bookings, it's got to be pretty bad.
I'm gonna tell you right now, D ain't paying for no fucking fake card.
No. So
it was Brett Lauderdale that was paying. Well, allegedly, it was
yes.
Brett Lauderdale that was paying.
Allegedly.
Let's not get us fucking roped in. We're gonna get a lawsuit, cease and desist.
And then you got walking right up to the fire line. That's the lawyer saying.
Allegedly, Brett Lauderdale was paying the dude.
According to Dirty Ron.
Yes. According to Dirty Ron. But
Brett Lauderdale may or may not have purchased fake COVID tests from Dirty Ron.
Because Dirty Ron knows how to make them.
And we here at Knights of the Gimmick Table do not condone the use of fake COVID tests.
No.
Or people named Dirty Ron.
Dirty Ron. That's a great name, bro. Dirty Ronald McDonald. but apparently dude was starting to get hot because he did XPW and he was starting to get a little name for himself because he started doing GCW and
he's a worker.
Yeah, Dirty Ronald McDonald, bro. You're
out of the loop,
was
bro.
booked for ICW and for Ian Rotten, and now he's
when Ian Rotten cancels you, that's when you know shit's fucked. Like that's how you know.
For real.
Rob Black came out and said, "Hey, we can't do it. You got to be suspended."
Ian Ryan's teeth canceled his gums.
Oh, God.
So King Jeter, bro, what you got going on, man? You got anything big coming up soon, or?
Just the usual indie suspects. July is really that's when things start to pick up. I got I'm doing another one of the tours with the Mexican wrestling guys. I got a couple of SWF and miscellaneous joints, and I got I think the 16th is Catalyst Wrestling again.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You want to plug your socials where people can find you?
Absolutely, man. Thank you. You can find me on Twitter as King Bronx Jeter. And you can find me on Instagram at King_Jeter.
All right.
Hey, let me
Definitely give a follow.
something that we like to do also before we wrap it up. What's the man? You kind of gave us a great locker room story of Frankie Stars getting knocked the fuck out, but what's the best road? What's one of your funniest road stories that you've been there for? You don't got to name names, but if you want to, we don't give a fuck.
It's so many. I'll tell a Karen story. That I went to a show. I think the company was Elite Generation Wrestling or something like that in PA. And we get up there, and this is probably like my second show there. And I get to the locker room, and the lady's giving the locker room meeting, and she says, "Now you can swing your chains and eat your boots if you want, but I don't want you hitting nobody in the crowd. Do you understand me?" And that was real peculiar to me because I don't swing a chain, and I damn sure ain't eating no boots. And I was just real puzzled. And then Richie Rotten pulls her over to the side. He says, "Wrong big black guy." She was actually mistaking me for Magic and Suba. And that was their gimmick they had done the previous show. She couldn't tell that I wasn't Magic. She spent like 40 minutes talking to me thinking I was Magic. And I was wondering why. Like, what is wrong with this lady and stuff? But that was why. I was just the average everyday black person replacement. After her shame and embarrassment, like, the look on her face was more funnier than anything else when he said "wrong big black guy." She looked like her soul hit the floor. I was like, "Hey man, we all look alike to you. We all look alike to you."
Fuck.
Oh no!
But
Damn.
Years in the business, man. Everybody got 100 stories.
Yeah, for real, bro. For real. All day, man. We got stories for days and not enough time, bro. Unfortunately. But listen, man, we're gonna wrap it up because we're at that hour mark. But listen, if you want, man, we would love to have you back on. You can tell us more interesting stuff that you got going on, and we can do a part 2, bro, because I'm sure we barely scratched the fucking surface, on shit that we could have gotten to.
Of course, man.
But listen, make sure y'all go
for
out.
having me, man. Greatly appreciated. We definitely will do this again.
Hey, hang out for a second because Louis wanted to hit you up for that info real quick. But listen, make sure y'all go out and follow my man.
Definitely.
The dude definitely needs he needs that love and that support, man, because this is part of why we do this, because dudes like King Jeter been doing their thing for years and they're not getting that love that they deserve. So shout out to him, shout out to Kaide Lothbrok, and most of the other motherfuckers that we've brought on this show, because everybody that we bring on, it's normally because we've done something with them, or we just know them and we know they deserve that shine, So make sure y'all tune in and check them out. Go online, check out their stuff, follow them on their socials, do all of that, man. But let's pay some bills, guys, real quick before we get up off of here.
Taking it, Lou?
Yeah, I got this. I'm sorry.
All right.
Before. So if you or anybody in your family is an athlete, like King Jeter's family, they could definitely use this. Sleeves.com offers a wide variety of all your sporting needs: knee pads, elbow pads, shin guards, everything you need for baseball, football, wrestling. Sleeves.com is for you. Use the promo code MWAPOD for your 10% discount.
You can even wrap your dick in some sleeves.
Like King Mega does.
Hellvape.com. Hellvape sells healthy vaping alternatives. All their products have no harmful chemicals or no nicotine. And they are vitamin infused. So make sure you pick yourself up some of their vape and pod products using our code MWAPOD for that 10% discount. Also, make sure you guys check out Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, MWA World. Subscribe to us on all podcast platforms and YouTube, MWA Podcast Network, on twitch.tv/MWA World. And what's the other one? Storefrontier.com/MWA World, where you guys can pick yourself up one of them dope ass Knights of the Gimmick table shirts like that. Make sure y'all support, man. Give that love. Check out Kaide Lothbrok tomorrow, right? You gonna be on tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm filling in for Angel again, carrying King Mega, and then this Sunday.
Yeah, your back must hurt carrying King
I
Mega.
do it every show, man. And then this Sunday, Excite Wrestling live on Twitch TV. Make sure to check it out. We're gonna go live to the world, brother.
We're gonna have
Foxy.
to check that out, man. You and Foxy on there?
With the manager extraordinaire, Foxy, we're fucking taking over.
She posted a picture yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, she said she dyed her hair. We have to take new photos. Like whatever you want, boss. Whatever you want.
World
So,
Foxy.
Well, listen, guys, make sure y'all support, man. Support indie wrestling. Support MWA Podcast Network. Support these guys. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all all for tuning in as always. And we'll see y'all next week. I don't know who we got next week. Do we got anybody yet?
We'll figure it out.
I got somebody.
There we go. Boogs got
See
it.
y'all next week, guys.
Later, guys.